everybody. Hello and welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Roll20 Presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I realized as I was saying that the proper full title of this show is very, very long. It's Roll20 Presents Dungeons and Dragons Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and I never know where to put the colons.
There's like 3 colons.
Yeah. Roll20 Presents colon Dungeons and Dragons is, so there's like a little apostrophe at the end. Waterdeep colon Dragon Heist. I actually don't. I think it's like Star Trek Beyond. I don't think there's a colon between Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I think it's just
and then an extra colon at the end for just good measure.
Like just for kicks. Yeah, it's more. We got more colons than a 90s role playing game about vampires.
Look, we're one of those usernames on like MSN back in the day. Right. 2 colons at the front, 2 colons at the back. Good to go.
Hello, everybody.
I don't know where you put your colons, but my colon is definitely in the back. So I don't know if you're an alien.
I get it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of XX_Roll20.
Capital X.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Capital R, lowercase O, uppercase L. We're gonna just say it that way every time.
Does it break contract if we do XX_Roll420?
Yeah, totally. It's a special sub-brand, only legal in Washington, Colorado, and medically in California. So hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Okay. It's cool to break the law.
That's
breaking
right.
the law.
I mean, that's what the whole adventure is about. So it would be like if they made a video game about saying no to authority figures and they told you not to stream it. It would be like that. It'd be like if that happened.
Oh yeah, weird. Huh?
So we're gonna be heisting. We're gonna be heisting and hoisting, and there's probably gonna be a lot of running around this episode. I've looked ahead. There's some jogging involved. But before
everyone make Constitution checks.
Before we get there, we were talking about this, and now that we have an audience, we can pull from. We were talking about this beforehand.
Oh right, yes.
So okay. So I want to know if this is we all got in a big conversation about how you pay your rent. Now, yes. If you own a home, get out of here because we have nothing in common. But if you pay someone else to live where you live, how do you pay them, right? Like, so I yes, and barring the fact that yes, I know it's not 1984 anymore, but I write checks for my landlord, and I write them all in advance for a year. So at the beginning of my rental year, I wrote 12 checks and I gave them to my landlord, post-dated checks.
He just gives them 12 checks.
Yes.
And it's just gives. Is that normal?
It's not like I take $20,000 in a bag and just give it to my.
I mail one check every month.
See,
when my rent is due.
And I'm a direct depositor.
Right. I would love to be able to do that, but.
Yeah, and you expect them not to lose them.
But that's not my responsibility anymmer.
Yeah, once you hand them off to your landlord, it is no longer up to you what happens.
Okay, but in chat, can you put 1 at a time or 12 at a time? Because I think 12 at a time is absolute insanity.
How is it any different than automatic withdrawal from your account?
Insane.
Yeah, it's completely the same as automatic withdrawal from your bank account. It's exactly the same.
I don't know. Canada, you're fucking weird.
They don't take it out of my account. I put it in theirs.
Yeah.
See that
I don't think is normal either. I don't think you go to your account and you send them a transfer every month on the first of the month. And
that's not what I do.
No, me neither.
It disappears. From
okay. I've had direct deposit before, in which case I would submit a payment just like you do on a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
It's not withdrawn. I submit the payment, and I've given checks every month, but I've never ever done 12 checks in advance.
It's so weird because this is a fairly normal thing for me. Yeah, this is completely
also people
normal.
are what happened, what if they cash all the checks at once? You date them, obviously.
I mean, I think yeah, it's fundamentally saying oh well, they could cash all the checks, and even if they could, someone could stab me in the neck. That's illegal too. I don't walk around with a gorget on, though I should. That's my new jam.
The thing is, I've never, ever, ever in my 28 years, almost 29 years, my birthday soon, give me a present, of living, I've never heard of someone.
Did you have to pay? Did you have to pay rent that entire 28 years? Were you paying rent when you're no, 2?
But you hear
Man,
about
your parents are nasty.
No, you hear about
Paying
people
rent.
paying rent before you ever pay rent for yourself. I watch like television. I don't know.
Anyway, so this is the kind of shit that we talk about while we're getting ready to go live.
Forever the Kevin with the best response. Why would you date your landlord?
True. Fair. I think that's what it comes down to. Don't get romantically involved with your landlord. And the only check you need to be doing is yourself before you wreck yourself. So
Yes,
anyway.
I think that's the true lesson is that you must check yourself.
That's right. That's right.
the
12
critical
times a year at the beginning
Also,
of
my
every
At
month.
least
birthday.
once a month.
Yeah,
My
once a month.
birthday is very soon. That's what the lesson really is.
Would you
My
like to
birthday
would you like to
soon.
use that as your time? Are you doing anything special on your birthday?
I might be playing this game,
Right. That's true. Yeah.
but I don't think so because Lauren's gonna be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren is missing my birthday. What a horrible friend.
Wow.
Wow. Cold. Savage.
I am
Harsh.
exceptionally savage about my
Burnt.
birthday. Yes,
Wow.
it's true. I've had 20. You don't have a birthday the first time. I've had 28 of them. Your first birthday is like your zero
You
birthday.
have a birthday. It's your literal
It is
birthday.
the date of your birth.
It's,
Yeah.
But you don't like it's not a celebration. You don't like you just
Okay,
you
so are you
get
telling me
violent and
that
awful.
when you were born no one celebrated? No one was like,
I
hooray,
mean,
a baby.
my-
They were like,
my
ah,
dad
fuck.
celebrated a little too much because he was in the same hospital OD'd on coke. So
Wow. Wow. Very
Yeah.
celebratory.
super
Listen,
celebration.
it was the 80s. They were different times. People
was
just don't
the
understand. They used to think that these things were good for you. It's fine.
Anyway,
Bonitis is rampant.
my
Yeah, it was
birthday's in
all
2
over the
weeks, is all I'm
place.
saying 2 fucking weeks, 2 weeks. So send me a birthday card in the mail. You can. I would love that.
Uh-huh. hmm
Mhm.
Good. Good. There
My
you go.
birthday is like a national fucking holiday.
It's not though. There's
Pearl
a
Harbor
list.
Day.
There's a
Pearl
list of
Harbor Day.
national. That's not a holiday.
Oh, Remembrance Day.
That's not a holiday either. That's not how it works. And also Remembrance Day
Did
is a
you just
different day.
compare your birthday to Remembrance Day?
No,
I'm
no,
not
it's not.
sure
No,
what to
but-
do with that.
No, I'm saying that Pearl Harbor Day is a holiday in the same way that like Labor Day or Memorial Day or whatever.
Right. It's interesting that when you were trying to find a birthday to compare your or a date to compare your birthday to, you chose a date of great military betrayal of the country you live in as the comparison.
That's the day that my birthday is on.
It's good. Good. A day that will
December
live
7th is Pearl Harbor
a day
Day.
that will live forever in infamy.
It's my birthday.
Blue Jay's birthday. Yeah. Good. Good.
I mean, when I become a lich, it will live forever in infamy.
So now I understand why people didn't celebrate on your birthday. They were like, "Oh, great, another reason to hate this day."
Yes.
This tiny obnoxious baby. So yeah, if you want to see why Blue Jay did such a good job playing an entitled noble douchebag in our Burning Wheel game, just hang out in her stream on her birthday and
Yeah.
full on Ellis. Are you gonna wear your crown all day on your birthday?
Actually, I ordered a unicorn onesie.
Wow.
That doesn't preclude also wearing a crown.
You're right. I could also wear a crown. I have a crown that I could also wear. I could just wear it right now. I mean, it's 2 weeks till. It's practically already my
Oh,
birthday.
you're one of those, are you? All right, good.
Yeah.
Good, cool. So Dave, moving right along. Dave, I was doing an interview last night with some Twitch streamers, some RPG streamers from Ukraine, and they were asking me about when you broadcast an RPG, is there any benefit to having face cams? And I said, yes. His name is Dave, because so often when we're playing, chat is listening to what other people are saying, but they're watching you because Dave makes great faces during scenes he is not a part of. So I just thought that you
Nice.
might appreciate that analogy, that I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Thanks.
Dave is why.
Oh,
What have you been up to,
Hey.
my Dave?
what have I been up to?
Is there was a new Kingdom Hearts thing, wasn't there? I see people talking about Kingdom Hearts. Was there some new
I mean, there
trailer
are like
or something?
trailers sometimes, and there are bits of leaks and stuff. Should I tell you about a really disturbing and graphically violent dream I had?
Yes. Hit us
I
up.
mean, maybe
Do you-
I don't feel comfortable saying yes to that unless I know what the
Do you-
content is.
Do you remember the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Yeah. In my dream, someone did the Ice Bucket Challenge, but they did it with incredibly, incredibly cold stuff, like liquid nitrogen.
Oh, nice.
and they
cool.
froze their entire head.
Perfect.
And one of their friends came along, and they just shattered their head.
Was there? Okay, hold on. In this dream, were you in a Mortal Kombat film? Because that feels like some
It
Sub-Zero
sounds
shit
like
right
it,
there.
yeah.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, do not make the liquid nitrogen bucket challenge a thing. Don't do it. You will die.
He just shattered his head off, and like I got thousands of millions of views, and I was like, "This is really disturbing." Then I woke up.
The views though.
Yeah, that was my dream.
Cool.
Because I didn't actually do anything. So I just...
You just dreamed the nightmare dreams of a man whose head was crushed by ice. Cool. I'm into it. Good stuff. Inspiration for your next character. You can be a cryo wizard and dump buckets of evil magic on people. It would get views though. It's true. Terrifying. Elf, save me from Dave's horrific nightmare. What have you been up to? How's XCOM going? Did you restart the game?
So I know
you were in mourning, I think, the last time we spoke.
But the thing is, I have another run now that is going okay, I think.
Okay.
It's an XCOM 2 run where I've unlocked the secret I've figured out the secret strategy, Adam. And the secret strategy is recruit scientists before you do anything. So your research is super fast and you can just jump tiers of gear.
Right.
So
got it.
right now, I've skipped the laser weapon because it goes regular bullets, lasers, mag weapons, coil mag weapons. And
that's like the Maslow's hierarchy of beams, right? Is how that and then
But anyway, so we skipped the laser portion.
Thank you, Lauren.
And we've gone straight into the mag weapon section. And I'm hoping that helps my damage against scaling enemies a little better.
I hope so too. I feel like I
deserve to win, and I've played a lot of this game.
That's the terrible trap of games like that. I deserve to win now. I suffered
to win. I've suffered enough, but also I just really like playing it, so it doesn't really matter either way.
Yeah, right. That's fair. That it's just gonna be so crushing when you don't. Yeah. But
we all know it's not going to happen.
No,
yeah,
that's true. That's true. You were saying something before. You're doing another RPG thing. Is that a thing you can talk about?
So I guess I can officially. I've kind of talked about it on stream a little bit, but I can officially announce some stuff that's happening.
Yeah, cool.
I'm going to be GMing a D&D game again in the first time in a bajillion years. I'm gonna.
D&D was very, very different right around the time of the Big Bang.
It's very difficult. Yeah, the source books weren't out. It's very difficult.
Right. Yeah. Hydrogen atoms, helium atoms, and the monster manual. What are you gonna do with that? You can't run a game with that.
I'm gonna be running a game. It's gonna be in real life, and all the players are LARPers that I know.
Oh damn.
So it's kind of gonna be like sitting around a living room table, playing D&D in person. Deal. It's not like a Roll20 thing or whatever. It's a like in-person thing.
Nice.
Haven't figured out all the logistics yet. Still working on some of that stuff. What I can tell you is that one of my players wants to play a centaur and another one wants to play a bugbear. So 2 out of 4.
Perfect.
Pretty good so far. Yeah.
And I'm almost certain I've talked about this before. I feel like all setting material everywhere needs to either remove the phrase this area is predominantly populated by humans, or clearly point out the world has more humans than anything else, but PCs will never play them. They'll just play other things. You'll get robot men and fish people and cat people and half elves. But if you want someone to play a human, good luck. Even though they make up 99% of the population. Well, that's cool. So you're gonna use the centaur from Ravnica?
The centaur from Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica.
That's cool.
Siobhan wants to play a centaur, and I said to her, if you want to play a centaur, you have to buy Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. And then she sent me a picture of Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica in her hands, and with the phrase, "Fuck you, I'm playing a centaur."
See, now you know that you can angle differently next time. So you can be like, yeah, if you want to play an orc, you have to mail me $100.
Yeah, the thing is, Elf, the thing where you either fucked up or planned really well is that you had her give the money to wizards and not to you.
Yeah, see, right? Yeah. It's okay. There was a test shot. Now you know it's possible.
It's fine. I know what I can do now. Yeah,
next time, be like, you have to buy this book for you and for me. And give me $50. And get Blue a birthday present. Obviously,
that was my my rule for this. It was like, if you get the book, you can play the thing. that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's reasonable. And I guess this is kind of a thing, right? There's a massive breadth of available options, especially for players, because normally when people make content, the first content they make for a game like D&D is a class or a race, right? Where they're like, I want to be a vampire. I'm going to make a vampire race. So there's a lot of them out there. And like, how do you, like, when you sat down with your players, did you say like, these are the sources we're using? Or are you just like, I don't know,
said,
pick what you want to play?
If it's published material that is in a book that you can show me, I will tell you whether or not you can do it or not, but you have to show me first.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what I said.
Yeah,
it's not going to be one of those things where I'm like, only the player's handbook or whatever, because like, I know more than that, so I feel like it's kind of silly to like limit it. Really,
have you decided if are you setting it in an existing campaign setting, or are you making your own
like
thing?
a Forgotten Realmsy deal, but also like it may be in places you've never heard of, quote unquote, like fake.
There's a
Forgotten
country,
Realms.
and I don't know if this is still true, but there's a country in the Forgotten Realms that they specifically were like, we will not make content for this place. Like it exists, here it is. And we will not tell you anything about it, so that no matter how much other Forgotten Realms shit we make up, there is always this place that you can be like, yeah, this is the place where the thing I made up is. I don't know if that's still true, but like I remember that from
only want to
second
do
edition.
Forgotten Realms stuff because of like all the established sort of like God stuff and like the stuff that I won't have to fucking make up if I do that. So
yeah.
Oh, I hate when in the campaign that I was doing, people were like, gods, what about gods? What's the religion saying? I'm like,
Zambia.
And I came up with this amazing idea, and you just say, they're just kami and everything. You can worship whatever you want, like a tree, a bridge. I don't care.
Man, I wish I could get cleric spells from worshiping a bridge.
Ah, yes, cleric of that acorn.
Praise you, Golden Gate, and your mighty arches. Give me power, and then you fucking flood people or cast fog on them. I'm into it. Yeah. Rad.
Domain spells, fog.
Yeah, fog, expensive real estate. People complaining about it being cold when it's not really cold. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah. Lauren, what have you been up to? We played a role-playing game together. The first time that we've ever played a game, both in person and we were both players. That was fun. That was a good time.
It was delightful.
I had a really nice
very
time.
good time.
Yeah, people seem pretty into it. What have you been up to? What else is going on? You got lots of RPG
I am
things.
traveling right now. By traveling, I mean I'm at my sister's place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I did not move. I ate a lot of food yesterday. That was great.
Yeah.
And then I had a bunch of leftovers today because pie for breakfast is the best thing about Thanksgiving, or one of the best things.
Yeah. I mean, it was, yes, that's true. Eating pie whenever you want is a great thing about being an adult, but there are certain pie-enriched environments around certain holidays that mean you have more pie.
This is very true.
I did not have a large Thanksgiving feast, but I bought myself an entire 8-inch vegan apple pie. That's vegan, obviously, so that I can actually eat it, and it's all mine.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I always make a point of buying at least a single pumpkin pie and then just having a piece every day because fuck it.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to be on my deathbed and think of all the pies I left uneaten.
Cooking stream yesterday was pretty great.
Oh,
cool. You did one of those. It was pretty fun. It was the not Thanksgiving cooking stream.
Right, because it was only Thanksgiving for some of the people in this stream.
Tofu.
Today is also some kind of like weird event day, right? It's that day that like Bane and Joaquin got together and we're like, we're just gonna make everybody spend all their money.
It's the worst day.
The Friday of Darkness.
Dark Friday.
Dark Friday. Yeah, that's.
Although Bane couldn't be involved unless the word Bane was also involved.
Right, because I mean, there's a Black Friday sale at Banehold. Yeah. All religious paraphernalia.
Oh, Banehold Black Friday.
Banehold always has the best Black Friday.
50% off all curses.
Yeah, torture implements, things with skulls or spikes on them, an extra 10% off.
It's great because like people go to Banehold and they have to physically fight each other to get goods. And like, that's just real life.
Yeah, right. Banehold is just a Walmart. It's a Walmart with a terrifying black hand. Yeah.
It's really fucked up. Stay inside. If you went outside, you're a bad person.
But like actually in reality, as someone who has worked and like had family members who worked in retail, like just fucking don't buy into Black Friday deals. They're all fucking garbage.
But isn't that why we have the other bookend of this dark holiday? Don't we have Cyber Monday? Is that not a thing now?
It is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can force Amazon warehouse workers to work their asses off.
That's fine. Elf and I don't have to worry about that because the postal service in our country has completely seized up and
there's no Christmas presents this year.
That's right.
Oh right, your postal workers.
The post is canceled.
That's right. I'm into it. I'm behind it. Like
I'm into it.
It sucks that things have come to a standstill, but like this is the best possible time if you are a postal worker who wants to get your situation changed around.
Why they're doing
go
it
on
right
strike.
This is the moment to strong arm.
That's really smart. Yeah, because like this is like honestly, I can't even imagine. It sounds like it's probably like hellish and an actual like nightmare. That is what a realm of hell is Christmas.
Well, what's interesting about it, I have found, is that the rhetoric is the government is not in a huge hurry. Like this particular government is not in a huge hurry to like force a resolution, right? They're like, you know what, you go on strike, we'll work it out, we'll go back and forth and do the thing. But Amazon and eBay are like, excuse me, Canadian government, if you could get off your ass and just legislate these people back to work, that'd be great for us. We would love it if you did that.
I would love to be like, excuse me, Amazon and eBay, if you could get off your ass and pay these people like a wage and hire.
But the problem is that's how you get shit like privatized postal services, right? Like we're crawling slowly towards this corporate dystopia, and it's just watching it happen, just being like, oh no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Announcing Amazon Post.
Yeah, right? Like
I mean, they already have like Amazon Prime now here.
Pretty soon you can vote.
Seattle, a lot of the time they just have their own delivery service.
They have their own delivery
right? And that's the thing. You pretty soon it'll be like you can vote for the Liberal Party or the Conservatives or the NDP or Amazon or Disney, right? Like ooh, it's strange.
Bezos Hypermedia.
That's right. Strange times. And I can't imagine that there are not like sci-fi authors like William Gibson every goddamn day. He's got to open his computer and be like, why did I imagine this? My terrible nightmares are coming true. Yep. Holidays are strange and complicated. But we're here to play role-playing games.
Nostradamus is a stripper now.
That's right. Nostradamus is
addendum to that, stripping is a totally fine career choice.
Yeah, especially if you're like an 80-year-old Italian prognosticator.
I mean, you do you. Someone will like it.
Yeah, him, Leonardo da Vinci, they had a strip club they ran together. Did you not know that? Yeah. It's a thing. Look it up. Learn your history, okay? It's on YouTube. Check it out. Nostradamus was an erotic entertainer, okay? He popped out of a cake or two in his day.
I mean, who hasn't wanted to pop out of a cake, really?
Yeah, right? Especially if you're an ancient Italian prognosticator. Yep. So forget that it's Black Friday. Forget that it's November. Turn your calendars to the page of Harptos. Because it's time to hoist some dragons. Let's hoist a dragon. Let's do it. So in the great arena, the great monster truck rally arena of our minds, gathered here all the various favorites of the Forgotten Realms and other such properties. They have come to watch you attempt to hoist a dragon. And I think this time around, I think we're gonna continue with the escalation of dragon hoisting. We're gonna try to hoist a chromatic dragon. Let's hoist ourselves a green dragon. So probably the stage is like littered with like vines, and there's like some bad like backdrop, like painted backdrop of like trees. There's some like kind of weird like Schulty sounding music in the background, and like in the audience, the actual Cheltons are just like, this is the worst, and they all
green
get up.
Green dragons don't even live there.
Right? Actually, there is a green dragon in. Didn't you guys find the tomb of a?
Yes.
And by tomb I mean a hole with its bones in it. But yeah, I don't think dragons. There's no jungle variation of dragon. But yeah, as all of the actual Cheltons get up to go to the concession stand, the rest of us have a dragon to hoist. And so probably as some off-brand Jurassic Park music plays, The green dragon is lifted up onto the platform from underneath as the group of you gather around to prepare the hoisting. The dragon is unchained from his platform and kind of lazily stretches out and lays back, waiting to be lifted off the ground. Who would like to attempt to hoist this mighty green beast, this emerald weight? Who will do it? Go, anybody. I don't care. Who wants to make an athletics check?
Totally haven't logged into the Roll20 yet. I'm just gonna quickly.
Right, so Rin is not there.
Let's do it.
Rin is waiting in line for the bathroom.
Look, popcorn is really important. Okay, for this particular event.
Yep.
All right, Jewel.
Oh dear, six is insufficient.
Walks up to the platform and doesn't even just like gets. I think the dragon rolls on top of her.
Good.
You're just crushed.
She goes to pick it up and then it just goes. Ugh.
Right, perfect. All right, so Makaria meets an ignoble end, crushed under a dragon.
Hey,
at least
Jewel.
Right, Jewel. Sorry, I have
I'm
the two
also
of you.
going to probably meet an ignoble end.
The
but
two
not...
of you, the two of you got switched in the window, so I looked over at Blue Jay and I saw Jewel, and I was like, you know, it's fine. You're all playing each other's characters now.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be Jewel.
You're gonna give yourself guidance.
I'm gonna give myself guidance and then make the check.
All right. I like that Merkel is just like helping you out with this. Not hard enough, evidently. Let's see how you do on that. Ooh,
13.
A 13 is insufficient for the bulk of this mighty beast. That is two of you. So what does Makaria describe your failure?
Okay, so Makaria sees Jewel get crushed under this dragon, and she does the thing where she like laughs and like pushes her aside, like watch me do better, you know. And then like the skeleton-y hand of Merkel like descends and like grants her +3 to her roll. Like she feels a little bit stronger. She's also being cocky as hell, and she like pulls on whatever pulley that we have to hoist the dragon, and then like pulls something in her back and is horribly embarrassed and
Fair.
just like fades into like just leaves. If she could cast invisibility on herself right now, she would.
right. So there's a lot of laughing, and people assume this is the comedic interlude as you're being crushed. And they're like, someone will lift this mighty beast. Rin, do you return from the facilities in time?
Indeed. Return refreshed.
Okay. Perfect.
Got a soda in my
I was gonna say
hand.
you have like a $9 soda in one hand.
Yeah, exactly. And
Okay.
we're just gonna casually try and lift this dragon here.
Okay, do it.
You know, no problem.
Holy hell!
Fucking come back. Turns out that soda was spiked with something a little more powerful. Got some strength potions in there, and just one-handed with the soda in the other hand.
Performance enhancing potions.
Yeah.
Make a deception check to see if you can Lance Armstrong your way out of this shit.
All right, let's see if I can do it. Yes, I think I can.
Damn. So in the back somewhere, Jarlaxle Banery is just like, yes, counting his gold.
Yeah. There's some
Perfect.
gambling on this that nobody thought the odds would go in Rin's favor, but
Perfect.
there you go.
Oh my god, that's amazing. All right, 8. Last but not least, it's time.
I really want to see 8 crit fail this now because.
All right, yeah, let's see that.
Yeah, you've used all your good rolls there, Elf.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh jeez. Well, you got what you wanted.
No, it's fine. I've got advantage on it.
No, you don't.
Why would you?
I do. Read this shit. Look at this. Look, that's
I
at
mean,
least advantage.
that doesn't give you advantage. It
Yes,
just means
it
what you
does.
can carry it around. No.
Yes, it does.
No.
No, it doesn't. No,
Let
you
it
got a
say
9.
21.
You got
I
a
don't
fucking
see a
9.
+1 in the YouTube comment. I'm going to come to your house. I'll push you.
So what Dave is trying to do here is threaten the ref, and so I think 8 gets a red flag. He gets the red flag and he gets dragged away by bugbears into the penalty
pick up
box.
the ref and I throw the ref.
You want to start a fight? You want to start a fight with the refs, the bugbear, and the bugbear refs. They all have like little whistles and the black and white striped shirts.
Start a fight.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's make a roll. Just make like an attack roll, and I'll make one for the 2
Punch him with
refs.
my giant robot fists.
Yeah. Do it. Okay. Oh boy.
That's
Okay.
bad.
So the refs they're gonna make an opposed attack roll for you here. They have advantage because there's 2 of them. Okay. You get dragged off. Maybe you punch one in the face and he falls off the stage, but you get dragged away to the penalty box. You get thrown in there. It's like a big stasis cube. And yeah. And you're in a penalty. 10-minute timeout for 8. with an additional 10 minutes for punching a ref.
Not go well for you.
Yeah. Right, exactly. You're supposed to pull their jersey over their head and then punch them in the face and throw them.
Yeah, that's the ref fighting strategy, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. You gotta jersey him first. So while we were checking this, I looked up because I was curious. In the old second edition Faiths and Avatars book, which is my favorite old D&D book, Merkel. Would you like to know? Now I know you're not supposed to meet your heroes, but Macaria, would you like to know back when he was still alive, Merkel's stats?
Oh yes.
Okay, so Merkel is a level 38 cleric. He's
Holy shit.
He's also a level 28 fighter and a level 25 mage, or he was.
Wait. How can you be level?
Listen,
like, is third edition different? Or
this is
whatever,
second edition. I don't know. He has now. This is gonna really fuck up your shit. He's got an armor class of -5.
I don't second edition. I don't understand.
It's reversed. That would be an AC of 25.
Okay.
Approximately.
I got it.
Let's see. He's got 228 hit points. Let's see. He can crush you for 1d8 points of damage just by touching you. You get a instant chill touch effect, and you don't get a save. You just lose all your strength. Yeah. He can cast 2 necromancy spells per round, which is fun.
Badass.
Yeah. He can animate any type of undead creature indefinitely by touch. He can cause any undead disease that he wants just by looking at you.
See, this is why you just gotta love this guy, because otherwise.
And if he can curse you by touching you, and if he does, a side effect of it is that all living creatures, you will see all living creatures around you as moving, talking, clothed skeletons. Like
cool.
you'll never see a person again. You will only see a living, talking skeleton. You'll be surrounded by skeletons forever.
Nice.
Yeah, which sounds like a great blessing for Macaria.
Yeah, I think she's into it.
He also occasionally appears as a swooping human skull with blazing lights for eyes. Also appears as a disembodied flying skeletal arm that wields a slashing scimitar.
Cool.
And all of those abilities maintain his usual effects.
Nice.
He favors bats, black panthers, leopards, hellhounds, nightmares, deepest red roses, jet, obsidian, onyx, ravens, and crows to show his favor.
Red roses?
Yeah.
Ravens and crows. Nice.
Right? Those are all symbols of Merkel, things that he would use to show his like approval or disapproval. But yeah, deepest red roses that appeared black and would crumble into dust when touched.
I'm just imagining the Merkel tuxedo mask maneuver. Like,
yeah.
I love him.
So
can I have this book?
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's my favorite weird like old second edition Dungeons and Dragons book. It's called what did I say? Faiths and there's a bunch of them. Faiths and Avatars. And yeah, it details just like all of this stuff about the various gods of the Forgotten Realms, including Old Lord Skull, god of all kinds of junk. Dave, your former character Malik would have known him as Nasir among the Bedin. That's his alias. So there you go. Yeah, he used to live in a place called Bone Castle. Bone Castle.
Yeah.
But is currently as of second edition adrift in the astral plane.
Nice. Good.
Now it not only is it Bone Castle, it's the lost Bone Castle.
It's Forgotten Bone Castle, located somewhere near Banehold, probably. Yeah, it's pretty good. And also, from chat, Parappa the Kappa, Merkel is indeed literally that Seal song. Kiss from a Rose on the Grave is very much 100% a hymn dedicated to Merkel.
Nice.
I know you think that it's a song about Batman, but it's not.
Yeah.
See, you the more I learn about Merkel, the more I think that Macaria is the best character I've ever played. So
Merkel is a huge dork, and as a result, so also is Macaria. She's a dork following a bigger dork, and I love
She's
that.
great, and if you don't love her, you're wrong.
Of the three bad guy Bane, Ball, Merkel trio, Merkel is definitely the dork.
Bane is the coolest. Ball is the dude that everyone wants just to fucking sit down and chill. And then and then Merkel is a dweeb. Merkel is just the
chill, Ball.
Ball, dude, you don't have to murder everything. He's just like murder.
I also love the thought of tuxedo mask Merkel, because that's how it always is with Macaria. He she comes in, she's like, "You're welcome," and everyone else is like, "You did fucking nothing," and she's like, I know.
Bye.
The key thing, and this is the last I'll say about Face and Avatars, the best thing about it is the first several pages, the first like dozen pages or so, is just art of the priests of these various gods. And the priest of Merkel is exactly as much of a dork as you would imagine, but not quite as much of a dork as the Beholder cult leader. Try to get your hands on a copy of this book because, oh boy, it's good stuff. So now that the dragon has been hoisted, let's pick up where we left off. So all y'all were currently, I think, in the Castellanter Mausoleum.
Castellanter Mausoleum. The windmill.
Yeah, and you had just met up with this woman and her dead friends, and she was like, "We're gonna go get our revenge. I'm gonna get revenge on these two goons that betrayed me." Yeah, and that's the plan. So I guess we'll probably begin there. Like, I think she just leads you to it. So let me pull up the info for the chapter, and I'll kind of give you, if there's an intro, and I'll check if there's any like handouts for this bit. I don't think that there is for the windmill, but yeah, let's go and take a look. So this converted windmill, it's like it's partly converted into a place. Like she told you this is a place where sometimes like they go for their mysterious rituals, of which she would not betray. She wouldn't tell you like anything about that. She was just like, I'll take you there and we will get revenge on these jerks that betrayed me and my dumb boyfriend who's now dead. Arn and Sophia, she refers to them as. Yeah, her name is Vielle Lerval. And she tells you like, we gotta go kill these nerds because they killed us. And like, I don't even care about the stone of whatever anymore. If they have it, you can take it. I just want them murdered and to get out of this whole situation. Like, I'm gonna pretend I'm dead and I'm out. So she leads you to a decrepit building in the southern ward. And now her calling it a windmill is, it's generous in that it's a tower, and that it probably had some kind of like rotating fan on the front of it. But now there's like two kind of decrepit, busted up lattice work pieces of the windmill. The other two are broken off, and so it's just hanging limply. The whole place is mostly stone, so it's still kind of standing, but all of the wood on it, like the windows have rotted out, and there's trash just piled up in the alley around it, and and so you approach, and it's a pretty sketchy situation. Now you're here like during the day, right? You're here like midday. Pretty much because you went to
the City of the Dead like early in the morning.
Yeah, you didn't go there at night strictly because you thought you'd get caught and thrown out. Okay, cool. Well, I got a map for you. Let's pop on over to the converted windmill. So yeah, you arrive. Y'all are over here, and you stand outside this big ass windmill. It's got doors in the front, and it's shaped, if you look at it from the side, it's like a building that's like kind of wide, and then half the building has the tower coming up out of it. There's only really 2 stories that kind of like are still standing. Wasn't that tall to begin with. Just like a squat, filthy stone building, garbage piled all around it, and graffiti. It's like spray. I was gonna say spray painted, but that's not a real thing unless you live in Lantan.
Is it this?
Merkel rules.
Yeah, Merkel fucking rules. Yeah. No, but there's just like Floon was here and whatever, kind of like painted on. Man, being a graffiti artist in a medieval setting would be. I'm calling to mind that scene from Life of Brian, that right Romanus Aunt Domus thing.
See, I'm calling to mind that thing from My Favorite Murder, like Bella, who put Bella in the witch elm.
Yeah. But that was in World War II, and they had spray paint then. So this is the year 1400 in a different universe. We don't have any spray paint, unfortunately.
They still put Who Put Bella in the Witch Elm on.
You just throw that in the background. All right. So here you are, and let me grab a token for Vielle, so that she can follow you around like every good NPC does. And you can tell me what you want to do. Do you want to rush in? Do you have preparations that you want to attend to first, or?
I want to make fun of her for hanging out in this garbage dump.
Okay, what do you say?
I can't believe you hang out in this garbage dump.
She scowls at you, and she tells you to shut up.
Are there there are windows, right? Or it's kind of somewhat broken, and one could look
there are window like openings, but for the most part they've been barricaded. They've had like boards stuffed up, or like there's garbage like piled up against it, like broken furniture, to try to keep people from coming and going. You can see from where you're standing, there are 3 doors, right? There's that one and this one and that one right there. Yeah, what do you
I found this. What's this?
That is a former window. So I'm gonna use a token for cultist, but just let's keep in mind she doesn't actually look like a Sailor Moon bad guy.
Sweet.
Yeah, so there she is.
Wait, is that Henry Cavill?
Yeah, I think so. I think that it might be. I think it might be. Yeah, on the walk over, she's put on her ornamental weirdo face mask and plate armor. No, she just looks like a disgruntled, kind of dirty person with blood on her. Not like this clear Malfoy here. And yeah, so you walk up and the doors are shut, and Makari is giving her a hard time, and she's kind of just like scowling.
Jewel, what do you think? Take a look first.
That was the instinct. I think like if there's any gap or opening, even if it involves climbing up, like Jewel would climb up and then peek inside and just see what she can see.
Okay. Yeah. Taking a look around, if you go over on this side, and look down, you can see that there's some banged up like windows over there. If you want to try to peer in there, you could do that. But there's no windows on the side that you're on right now. This is all flat.
She skulks over and then I'll climb up.
Okay. Make a you don't have to climb very high. Make a stealth check for me.
12.
So stealthy. Okay. Well, these people.
It's just like
the people inside have a passive perception of 10, so you're good. So yeah, you climb up and you kind of pry apart some of the bars, and you look in, and you can see sitting kind of like sullenly in the room. There are 2. Let me check the dynamic lighting. Okay, yeah. So you can see in there. There are 2 humans. They're just sitting on the floor. There's piles of garbage in the room. They look filthy. They look like beggars. And they're just talking quietly, not about anything in particular. They're like, this is it's sort of a background, like peasant conversation. Wave is just running.
Do they look like armed or anything particularly?
No, you don't see any. Yeah. No, you don't see any. And they're like basically in the dark. Like there's little slats of light coming in through the window, but they're just kind of sitting slumped against the wall or like laying on the dirty floor, staring at the ceiling.
So Jewel will kind of go back around and be like, there are people in there. They're sitting in the dark. It's weird. They looked human. They probably can't see. Do you want me to keep going around the other side of the building and seeing what's there?
Do your organization keep beggars in their cult tower?
Her face wrinkles in disgust, and she says, "No, we don't keep them. They're squatters. They're the poor, homeless. The building's been abandoned. They've occupied the lower levels. They can be useful occasionally. I try not to spend a lot of time here if I can help it."
Oh, then maybe we should talk to them because they might have seen something.
She shrugs.
Could be a good idea.
What do these people that tried to kill you look like?
Human? They're wearing robes?
Great descriptor. You just described half of Waterdeep.
She looks at you and she says, "You're intolerable. You know that?"
Yes, well, I wish I'd left you to die, so.
There's just this like angry scowling going on between the 2 of them.
So
this is what you get for doing nice things for people.
These are ones to not kill. They're just people.
Yeah. They're not murder people.
Continue your surveillance, if you please.
Okay. Jewel will continue around the building.
Okay. Yeah, you make a little circle of the building. Yeah, any of the windows you peer in, you see groups of people. Like, feel free to make your way around. There's another door over here. But yeah, this place seems, let's see, like 20 or so like squatters just kind of hanging out. Like, this place has become a place where people figured out they can go and hang out and get out of the rain. It's universally like pretty smelly and full of unwashed, dirty humans. Yeah.
Once Jewel's back with the group, I'm gonna look at her and say, if and this is just, from past experience with mages and wizards and so forth, a lot of that dramaticism. If I were a member of a secretive, dramatic cult, if I had to go to a place, I would go to the highest point in that place and be secretive and dramatic there.
Right, camera dramatically pans up to this fucking windmill, creaking.
She just shrugs and she just starts climbing into the wall. Like, all right, well,
I personally would go to the basement, but that's just me.
Mage towers.
It's colder there.
Make an athletics check, Jewel.
You can just climb, can't you?
You're fine. Yeah, that's true. But it's crumbly, right? The outside surface is all like slick with sludge.
I think it's just because I have a climbing speed does not mean all surfaces are climbable.
Correct. It just means you climb fast. Okay. All right. So you climb up. There's 2 floors. We see Jewel climbing and clambering up the side. You're over. I moved you. You're over here now, Jewel. On the outside of the upper floor, and you can kind of clamber around.
Yeah, she does the Assassin's Creed, like move to the side till she gets to a window.
Okay. Yeah.
And then peeks into a window.
Okay. The room inside in this window is empty. You just see a door. Okay. And there's some holes in the floorboards. This upper level doesn't look too stable.
That sounds like fun. Are there more? There's more windows around this side.
Yeah, you can keep like clambering.
So like sidle around this side.
I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man, so it's really doing it for me. Yeah, so you're just like climbing around empty rooms. The layer, the dynamic lighting layer should have holes in it where you can see.
Yeah, so she kind of goes around and like doesn't see any of the rooms, and then it's gonna be like, I'm gonna keep looking.
Yeah.
And then goes around the side and then presumably sees something.
Yeah, so as you get around that corner, you see 2 of them flapping their wings, one of them sitting on the windowsill, talking to someone inside, a group of 3 scary-looking creatures. I think they're small, maybe they're medium. Let me look at their character sheets. They're so cool looking. I actually have a handout. Here they are.
I like it.
Look at them.
Ooh,
spined devil.
Yeah, spined devils.
Yeah, I'm gonna just roll this stealth here.
Yep.
I like their sweet tridents.
Right, they're tridents.
Hopefully,
I believe
25.
Since they're devils, it's a pitchfork.
Oh shit.
Okay, 25. All right, let me roll. Because 2 of them are actually on active lookout.
Yeah, no. She's like going around the side and then like wait, like ears twitch. I think I hear something.
Nope, you are way too stealthy for these guys. I rolled a 17. They rolled great, but
it's because it's kind of a grayish building, and she just like flattens against it.
Weirdly, the outside of the building is painted with cats. There's just cat pictures all over the side, and you just stand perfectly still.
The graffiti.
Yeah, perfect. So like you see these 3, and they're you don't speak. Oh, they don't speak anything. And they're just kind of like flapping their wings and looking around, and you manage to like peer back. You squeeze back around the corner to hide. So they're there. And the other characters can't see them because they are like you guys are down here. They're across on the other side and up above. Yeah. So they're hidden from you.
I think as soon as Jules like spots them, she'll climb back down and like run around to the side and be like, there were tiny little devils. We should either walk around this side or climb up the building. They're definitely talking.
So when you say that, when you're like, there's devils up there, what's her name? Vale? Yeah, Vale, like her eyes widen a little, like she's suddenly like, maybe revenge isn't so important to me. And she kind of looks at you and she's like, well, I think I've had enough excitement for one day. And like kind of starts backing away, like, I'm gonna go back to my life and pretend none of this ever happened.
No, you're not.
And she looks at you and she's like, what? What do you mean, no?
What she means to say is, stay with us. You'll get your revenge. Let's go, 8. We have some people to kill.
You know what? You can get revenge for me. I don't need to be there for it. I've changed my mind.
Can I like be like, no?
Like, I mean, yeah. How do you want to do this? Because
I'm gonna do it the Rin way and be like, listen.
Yeah, I'm giving Rin the chance to do it the Rin way.
Will keep you perfectly safe. Look at them. Look at them in front of you with their sword and their shield. There's nothing that's going to get through. You're going to be safe. You're going to get your revenge. And your dear friend who was murdered will have their spirit at rest, or whatever it is that you want for that person. And we'll get the stone, which is what we want. So you're going to come with us in case something else happens and we need you later. We can't let go of you right now. Thanks very much.
So you're trying to persuade her rather than okay. All right, yeah. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. The DC, let's say.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Nice. Let's say she's a cultist. She has advantage against being like charmed or frightened. Normally.
That's not persuading.
Yeah. No. I know. I'm not saying. I'm trying to figure out the DC for this. Sure. Let's call it DC. Let's call it like DC 14 to just like persuade her to stick around.
All right. That was performance. That's the wrong one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
There
you go. Much better. Okay. So yeah, even if we just applied the proper bonus, you would have got it. So yeah, she looks at you and she's like, this seems like a fucking stupid idea, but also maybe she wants to stick around to make sure that Arn and Sophia get what's theirs. Not so much for her or for her dead friends, but like just because she doesn't want you to fuck it up and die and then have Arn and Sophia come after her. So she's like, well, fine, but you stay in front of me. And she points at 8.
I believe that's the plan.
There's like a moment where Makaria had said like no before, and then Ren does her whole like talking and convincing, and so Makaria like swallows back the like intimidation that she was.
You're right. You were ready to just be like, I will rip your soul out of your body.
But it's basically like she's looking for an opportunity to send this girl right back into the grave is what's happening, right? So the second she like looks like she's gonna run, like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jewel will probably point to the door right here and say like that will also lead up if people would like to go through the inside. I was just going to climb up the outside.
I think the inside is the best bet for most of us. If we engage from below, we're all going to be at a disadvantage. And if they're talking to people, those people will be on the inside, on the upper floor. Yeah. And people can't fly.
Yeah. Fine. And then Jewel's like, fine, I guess I'll go inside as well.
Okay.
So Vale points at this door here, and she says, that's the main entrance. If we make enough noise, those filthy squatters should stay out of our way. They know not to cross us.
8, this is a standard smash down the door, get in there as quickly as possible kind of deal.
I can do that.
Good, let's go. And I like gesture and then follow as soon as 8 moves, basically.
Okay.
Which door did she point to? Sorry, I missed if you pinged it.
That one right there.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry, I think I was pinging the GM layer. It's that one.
Yeah.
I can't open the doors in between the two squares.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't touch this door. It's in between two of the places I can stand. Yeah, I mean the door doesn't appear to be locked. It's just like in the frame. So
is it a shooty door? Can I smash it?
If you would prefer, like you have the option, right? You walk up to the door and 2 prompts show up, right? There's open door and there's an attack prompt. So if you just want to bash the shit out of this door.
No, I just like kick it.
Okay. All right. You don't have to make a roll or anything. What does it look like when 8 kicks the door in?
So we get Right, step one, because I did have my bow out ready to like fight these things that are flying. So step one, massive like tower shield. And I imagine instead of just having straps, it has little grooves that I can put onto my arm and like click them in.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Like the way that bike shoes clip into the pedals. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Open the thing. So I have a nice like ominous glow going.
Oh man, can your shield have like automatic like rivets that like spin on when you put it on? Because you gotta get that like that rivet gun whining noise when you do it. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I imagine when it's on its back, it's like a normal person sized, and then it kind of chum to like the entire shield, and then take the sword out of it because it's sheathed on the back of the shield.
Right. Cool. And then do you kick the door or do you bash it with your shield or?
Yeah, I bash it with my shield.
So then after all that, you just open it.
Do we like get the shot from the inside of the door as it like smashes open, like light spilling in, and this like 8 silhouette and the
smash,
bam, yeah, you blast the door in. It's like the wood, it's not wet because it's hot out and it hasn't rained in a few days, but it's just crumbly and old and rotten. So you smash it in. It's very impressive. Chunks of like splinters of wood go flying into the room, and you're standing in like a hallway. The floor is made out of just packed dirt, like because it's just sitting on the ground. There's the walls down here are stone. And straight ahead of you is a door, and then there's a hallway that runs left to right, and it's dark in here because all the windows are boarded up. Somewhere down here, like in another room, you hear someone shout like, "Keep it down out there!" And there's like more grumbling and like noise from that other direction.
Left, I think the turret was on our left. So.
Okay, so yes, stepping into the room, you see a winding staircase. There's also like a really noxious smell coming from this hallway. Just this like I mean, you don't smell it, but Rin does when she approaches.
I'm gonna ignore the token halfway through the wall.
That's okay. It's just a commoner. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll make my way up.
Keep your eyes right, but move left. Like.
I'm not looking that way as I go.
Yeah, long curved stone staircase that seems to lead up to the top level.
Are you sure I shouldn't be climbing up the outside?
Your call.
It's fine. Just like cramped.
Okay,
space.
so you go up the stairs. I'll take you over to the next level. Let me bring everybody over. Beep beep beep, and then Viola's like behind you. So yeah, you reach this room. I'll give you a description of this room and tell you what this little squiggly guy is. So in this area, there is an ancient millstone here, lying under a jumble of debris that includes machinery and chunks of the collapsed roof. Dust and cobwebs cover everything. You're pretty sure that if you turn the millstone sideways, the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck would end up in their graveyard, but it's very heavy. So.
I was actually thinking, and that's just a credit to this, that was a millstone.
Yeah, you got it.
Looking at it, and I was like, oh.
Right. Well, because this is the thing is like, if there was nothing the windmill was attached to, it would be like, what's the point of the fucking windmill? So it's a mill powered by the wind. So yeah, it's a millstone. So it would grind grain or whatever. And then there's like a chute that would send it down into a storage area down below. But as you walk in, yeah, you see there are 3 doors. This door over here, right there, is different from the other doors in that it has, when your light shines on it, 8, there is a reflection of a nice shiny new steel lock that is installed on that door. All the other doors have no locks. This one has a nice shiny lock on it.
Jill points to it and like, besides the shiny new lock, I'm pretty sure that's where I saw the things coming from. / talking to.
Do you want to?
It fits with the direction of the tower.
Do you want to take the look?
See what you can do.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. She stands in the door.
Okay. Perfect. Good. You just thrust your body. You clip right through the door. So you don't have to open it. Yeah. You just rip right through.
My life is great.
And then I will roll my thieves' tools to attempt to
Yeah,
pick them
yeah,
up.
do it. So
Just-
you like crouch down. So
You like walk up the millstone slightly, and you jump at the door frame. And if you get an angle just right, you just
yeah, exactly. Just mash the B button until you fall through the floor, and then you'll end up in chapter 6.
We have to quickly
Okay.
wiggle back left and right as fast as possible.
Yeah, right. And you turn backwards and you have a stick. And... All right, so you unlock it. You hear the click. There's some shuffling on the other side. Also, while there's a moment of silence, a quiet, while Jewel is doing this, and you can hear in this room over here a quiet chorus of like cooing and warbling.
It's pigeons.
It's probably
Evil pigeons.
Oh yeah, hell pigeons. Yeah,
Hell pigeons.
Murder pigeons.
Hell pidge.
When the door is unclicked, I think Jewel will probably go in first. Although she definitely wants to be crouched down and like open the door, so that ideally 8 will be the first thing that they see behind her and shoot at instead of her.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
her objective.
Perfect. So you want to open the door out so that it swings like this way.
Yeah. So if
that
we had
they'll-
the camera, the
Right.
camera would like pan down to see Jewel like crouched down on
Yeah,
the
like
ground.
okay. All right. So as you start to open the door, there's obviously the soundtrack gets all tense, and then we go to break. So before that, I would like to just acknowledge what a giant ridiculous trash fire chat is, particularly Ramblonius. I'm calling you out for your terrible joke. Everybody gains level, because we're doing millstone XP. So every time you encounter a millstone, you got to level up. Get out of here, chat. You're the best. Don't go anywhere.
Millstone factory, level 20 in a second.
That's right. Yeah, we become farmers. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more business from the windmill right after this.